Welcome to Checkout Chatter, where we bring you the best recipes and culinary tips straight from Martin supermarkets. I'm your host, Chef Britt, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this delicious journey. I am joined with Filippo today. So excited. Our finest reserve pasta maker. How are you doing today?
Hi, Chef Brittany. Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me here to talk about pasta and to share the love we put in making our products.
It's amazing. And it's so crazy that I'm on the phone with you right now and you're so far away. Where are you?
We are based in Italy, close to Venice. We are like 60 kilometers far from Venice, like an hour from Venice, in a small town called Vicenza.
So quite a far away from me.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So starting off, I would just like to know what's your history and how did you become where you are today and making pasta for us?
So, Bertagni started 22 years ago by an idea of two, friends, and they saw that there was a gap on making very good quality filled pasta. Everybody was making, around the world was making the same recipe, the same kind of quality, poor quality, and they decide to develop this kind of product by doing premium recipe, okay, but by following the Italian tradition in making fresh filled pasta. What I mean is that we use a lot of egg in the pasta that makes it very silky and tender.
Well, you have an amazing product.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Make us different is also the way of cooking the filling, because we do basically every day the same things, and this will help us to keep the consistency throughout the time. Basically, we want every customer, when they buy a ricotta and spinach, when they buy a cheese recipe, that when they go home and they cook, they taste what is written on the pack. Now, when you cook it is very mild, the flavor is not really what you were expecting. And for us, our past is the future, because we try every day to make, the best possible product by using, following the Italian tradition in making pasta.
The whole process has to take some time from start to finish for let's say one batch of pasta. How long does that take?
The whole process, depending of the batch, the lot number, but for sure a minimum production run is at least 2 hours, okay? Because the pasta is combined in the mixer, okay, with the egg and the flour. It is worked for 45 minutes. There is a special machine that recreate the work that you used to do with your hand, and then it goes through a rolling pin, okay, an industrial rolling pin that laminate the pasta, okay, because the pasta is laminated, is not extruded. Lamination is, keep the pasta silky and tender, and then the filling is softly and gently pushed through like a pastry bag, okay, and then the pasta is closed in 2 layers. And then it goes into the pasteurizer. The pasta without the pre-cooking doesn't absorb water, so it's pasteurized.
Okay.
So basically there is no water also in the pasta.
When it comes to the flour, I know, what's the perfect, flour to use for when you're making your pasta?
So we use a combination of flours. Is double zero flour most of the time, but it really depends, because our formula is a little bit patented, but we try to source the better, and to find the best flour to make the pasta to look always the same.
That's so interesting. And so is pasta something that you eat at home as well?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for special occasion,
Okay.
and when there are a family and friends. It's also very easy to cook, because it cooks in 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, it's also very easy to to pair with something, because we always recommend not to put any sauce on top of the pasta, because the sauce is inside the pasta. Okay, we always recommend to dress with a light olive oil or some melted butter and sage, okay, and sparkle of some Parmesan cheese on top of it. For us, the pasta is like a frame, and the filling is like a beautiful picture of this frame. The first thing that you bite is the pasta. If the pasta is tender and silky, your mindset is already forwarded to have a very delicate feeling and tasteful feeling.
What is the biggest difference with pasta throughout Italy?
The fresh filled pasta comes from the north of Italy, while the dry pasta comes from the south of Italy. Northern Italy is, has a different kind of climate. So it's colder than southern Italy, is rainier than southern Italy. And there are a lot of, more hen compared to southern Italy. So because of this, we were able in the past to develop the fresh filled pasta with the egg. In the south, the weather is much hotter, and it allows to grow the grains that are used to make the semolina, okay, used to make dry pasta. So those are the main differences between north and south.
What is your favorite? Like, if you had to pick your perfect pasta plate, what would that be?
I really love the ricotta and spinach, because you can never get tired of eating, ricotta and spinach. But I also love the pumpkin one. From time to time, I like, to treat myself with some truffle, maybe porcini and truffle, okay? But yeah, the simple pasta, is the one that you can never get tired of eating.
What influences you when it comes to new flavors, shapes, things like that? Like, how do you kind of like tie all of those ideas together?
We ask our customer what is trendy, okay? What our categories, product are trendy, and we try to develop something based also on their recommendation. Those are recipes that, are good to let the customer that don't really know much about the fresh filled pasta to try and see that it's very good. Because we have to say that the fresh filled pasta category is a very low penetrated category. We want the customer, when they buy our pasta, to say, wow, this is something, and we want them to get back and buy it more and more and more. It takes time, because of course there are a lot of pasta producer, but we really want to stand out on our quality and safety as well of the product. We won't never compromise the quality for the price. Otherwise, we will be like another fresh filled pasta producer. We want to be different.
And I mean, your product speaks for itself for sure.
Thank you.
So when it comes to pasta, what are pairings that you would suggest? I mean, wine pairings, different things like that?
Well, I'll always recommend a very, especially with the ricotta and spinach, maybe a, red Cabernet or a white Sauvignon Blanc. If you pair, for example, a recipe with porcini, mushroom, and truffle, I would, go with not a too strong wine.
Pasta and wine sounds like perfect thing for me right now.
Yeah, but also, also a nice prosecco, this kind of wine, not too strong.
Do you get to travel and to do your testing and see what's trending in different areas? Do you get to travel a lot to do that?
Yes, I travel quite a lot, and sometimes with me, the R&D people, they help us out on a food show.
That's exciting. And you get to experience new places and see new things and stuff like that.
No, it's important because the culture is very different, and there are a lot of things to learn.
All right. Well, Filippo, it was so great to meet you. And
likewise,
even through a screen, maybe one day in person, we appreciate you joining us today, your story and everything. We love your product. So thank you very much. And we'll talk soon.
Thank you again. Thank you. And take care.
Take care. Thanks for tuning in to Checkout Chatter. Please subscribe, comment, and leave a review. Don't forget to visit Martin Supermarket's websites for products and resources mentioned in this episode. Until next time, happy cooking.